7. And 2 for AD.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Lets it fly from long range. And Blake Griffin, good on the quick release for 3.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Drills the 3.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Griffin. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
You gotta get up on that.
James to Lillard. Has a look. And 2 points to the board.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Westbrook with the basketball. Up by 6. LeBron into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Antetokounmpo with the interception.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Towns to Durant. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Embiid, no good. To Davis. Durant. To Towns. Joel Embiid. Offensive and a putback slam.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
To Lillard. From long range. Damian Lillard. Not much more the defense could have done. Hits a contested 3.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Embiid. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Joel Embiid. Yes.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
To Lillard. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Whistle blows. It's an 8-second violation. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. James to Lillard. Fires the 3. That right there, Jay, his 8th 3 of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
And he finishes at the rim.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Towns. He was all over.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
And the basket good at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Karl Anthony Towns. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
George, defended by Towns. Lillard to Towns. Deep two there, won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
It's good for 3.
And here's a setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
That's a 5-second violation. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Towns. Lillard. It's good. Defense has to pick things up.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
George. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack it to the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
That's his first personal foul. Team
Curry.
foul #1.
George. Textbook defense. Durant with the basketball up top. His guys now trailing by a point. Good offense beating good defense.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Why even try that time?
I'm going to start calling him the windshield wiper, just erasing all the mistakes.
To Lillard. And the reward, he's going to the line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
First one, count it. Able to convert on both free throws. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. George buries it. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his fourth personal foul. Team foul #2.
Here's a chance from long range. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
Here we go. I got ball.
Lillard, 10 threes for him now in the game, Jay. Just astonishing.
And I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's only happened 30-something times since the three-point line went into effect in 1979. Goes to show you how big of a night he's having.
How old were you back then?
I was not born yet, my friend.
Boom, baby. To Lillard. Beyond the arc for three. Won't go down. To George. 4-3. And Paul George good on the quick release there.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
George Drains it.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
James to Lillard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
To Paul George for three. Off the mark. No good. The follow won't go either. Harden in possession. Leads a bucket. George knocks it down.
Big shot, what? Big shot. Good night, good night.
To James. Lillard. Not going down here. George. And it's Lillard with the rebound.
Oh, I've been waiting for
Harden
this matchup.
to James. Lays it up and in.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Strong finish for Paul George.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
To Leonard. Giannis Antetokounmpo sends it away.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Walker to George. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
And Damian Lillard, right in his wheelhouse, hits the catch-and-shoot three.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
2 points for Paul George.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
It's in the hands of James Harden. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks it down from three. To Paul George from long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. To Lillard. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Damian Lillard trying to cash in on the three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw good. He finishes off the three-point play as they take a three-point lead. Now their head coach signals for a timeout. He'll get his guys together and talk things over. Substitution being made in this one. Antetokounmpo. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Damian Lillard has got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far.
Hey, good shot, baby.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. He'll gather the troops and talk things over. It's that time for new blood. Mike Budenholzer makes the move to his bench. George off the iron. No good. It's James. Smothering D.
Hey,